Hi guys, what's up? I'm back. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sabrina Nayaantara and this is Manifest with Nayaantara. Today's video is a follow-up from a previous video, how my breakup led to my glow up. I felt that it was important that I actually do a part two, a follow-up, because there may have been a few things that I missed in telling you in the first video. For those of you who haven't seen the first video, I would suggest that you actually go back and watch it. But just to give you a recap, it's just basically about the fact that I had a really bad breakup and it affected me on a really, really deep level. And I was very unhappy. And it consequently led me to finding out more about the law of assumption and applying the techniques, and led me to this amazing version of who I am now. The intention behind the video was for those of you that are going through a really, really tough time, just to let you know that you're not alone, and that, because sometimes it can feel like you are, it can feel like it's just you going through it. But the intention of it was to inspire and motivate and to offer comfort that although at that moment in time I was on my face, now I am highly elevated and the best version of myself that I've ever been. So, what it was supposed to convey, and what I hope it did convey, was that we're living moment to moment to moment, and better moments are coming and are here. And just because something undesirable happened doesn't mean it can't lead to desirable results. So, just to give you a little bit more background, before I even met my ex partner, I was in a real state of insecurity. My dominant thoughts when it came to relationships were insecure thoughts. They weren't positive at all. I knew that I wanted a partner. I knew that I felt like I was ready to have a really great relationship, and that was a strong belief within me, which is how I was able to attract him in the first place. However, as the relationship moved forward, I displayed in my behaviors, there were many, many insecurities that came to the surface, because as you think in your mind, your subconscious mind reacts to your thought and will produce the results that you're thinking about. So that's all that happened. It's just at that time, I was not consciously aware that I was actually manifesting stroke attracting those undesirable experiences with that partner. So it was a building. These thoughts and these beliefs, they were strong. The narrative at that time, again, as I said, it was not a positive narrative, it was negative. And they were strong. And they were just building and building and building. And when it all came to a head, so much momentum had been built up going in the direction I didn't want it to go in, because I was so focused on what I didn't want. I was so focused, I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. That's all I was focused on. Thinking at that time that that was the best way to tackle a problem, see the problem before it happens and sort it out before it comes. That was always my thought process. I wasn't focused on the wanted things. I wasn't in the good space. I didn't understand that I deserved wonderful and good things. That's not where I was at all. So, my thoughts were made manifest on the screen of space, because your subconscious mind is the genie and just wants to give you everything that you are asking for. It just so happened I was asking for things that I didn't really want because I was so focused on it. So when we broke up and I found the law of assumption, I started to listen to a few manifestation coaches in particular, and I attempted to apply the techniques, even though I didn't fully understand them. I attempted to apply the techniques. This is very early in my journey of the law of assumption. And I got some results with my ex. Yes, I did. I got some results. However, it wasn't what I wanted. And because I was so caught up in my 3D, because I was in lack, I wasn't fully living in the end. It hadn't landed. I didn't even really understand what that fully meant. You can only really understand what living in the end really means when you really feel. It has to land. You have to feel it. And I was not there. I was in a state of lack. I was down. I was searching. I was looking. Okay, maybe now it's happening. Maybe now it's happening, which means I wasn't really in that space to be able to attract, stroke, manifest the exact experience that I wanted. I was getting a lot of hot and cold behavior, but I was still seeing him in ways. I went around to his place loads of times. He came by me. We went out. We did things together. All of that was still actually happening. It just wasn't in the way that I wanted, and I felt triggered all the time. And there's a Dylan James especially says that if you're thinking about a particular subject, a particular topic, and you are feeling extreme negative emotion about this particular topic, you need to drop it. You need to drop it and work on yourself. So I'm reading up and I'm watching all of these law of assumption videos at the time, and I'm really beginning to internalize that I need to drop this subject. I have to drop it because my peace was being traded for this desire, and it did not feel good. It did not feel good. And although I was getting lots of hot and cold behavior and there were birds before land, it was happening, I did not feel good during that time. It did not feel good. It did not feel right for me. So I chose myself. I decided to do the work. I decided to do the real work and actually listen to what Dylan was saying and actually apply what he was saying. Not just act as if I'm applying it, actually fully apply it, internalize it completely. So I just completely cut contact with my ex. I cut contact completely and applied everything that I was learning. And in that video, for those of you that saw it, you can see that I'm telling you that I'm so glad that I did that, because the self-concept that I had about myself before, when it came to relationships, it was not good. It was not positive. It was not positive. I really needed to take the space and the time to work on myself, which is exactly what I've been doing. It just so happens that during this time working on myself, I no longer want that particular person. I don't have that desire for them. I wish him well in all of his endeavors, absolutely. And every time I think of him, I send him love and light. But I don't want a reconciliation. No, I don't, because I've surpassed that. I've gone past it. I fed myself in such a way, and I love myself now in such a way. I don't have that desire or need for him. I don't. And with me doing all of this work, this internal work, I'm actually seeing how these new thoughts that because I really do guard the gate a lot. And the new thoughts that I've implanted through my affirmations, my scripting, visualizations at times, the beliefs that are being built, the grooves that are being made in my subconscious mind. Again, the subconscious mind is amazing. It just wants to do what you want. It is infinite intelligence. It just wants to please you and make you happy all the time. So the experiences that I'm having now, the people that I meet, the opportunities, my thoughts are being made manifest on the screen of space, as they always have. It's just that I'm choosing my thoughts now, and I'm focusing my thoughts on the things that I want, on the wanted, not the unwanted, like I was doing before. So I really hope that this has been clear for you guys. I actually can see that there is a little bit of a thought that I have sometimes that I'm not clear, so so I'm going to include that in my affirmations, that I'm always clear, my message is always well received, because it's always personal, isn't it? Nothing to change but self. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more information about it. For those of you that really, really, really want to attract an ex-back, manifest that new experience with them, you can do it. You absolutely can do it. However, you must work on your self-concept. You have to work on how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, and how you see yourself in relation to relationships and that person. It's really important that you can do that. And if you can do that and affirm for that person, and you still feel balanced and you still have that sense of harmony and peace, do it. Absolutely do it. You will get what you want. Be persistent. You know what I mean? You have to persist until it hardens into fact. You have to. That just wasn't something that I could personally do at that time, because I had too much resistance built up. I had to drop it completely, and that's what I did, and I'm glad that I did. So my message has been clear and well received. I know it. I want you guys to have a really, really good day. This has gone on for long enough. It's a part 2. It was meant to be like a little segment extra. It wasn't supposed to be a whole video necessarily all on its own. Anyway, I love you all. I really, really do. Once you do this work as well, this internal work, what I found is that the internal work that I'm doing enables me to actually love so much more freely than I ever have before. I love you all, and you are blessed, and you are loved, and do the work. Do the work. Seriously, seriously, seriously. You will not be disappointed. Do the work. For those of you who like what you see, please do like, share and subscribe, and please leave some comments in the comment section. And if you have questions, I will tell you everything I know so far. And I intend to continue to share my experience with you on this journey. Absolutely. That's what I'm doing. So stay blessed, guys. Stay lifted. My Instagram will be in the description for those of you who wish to follow me. Have a wonderful day. And yeah,